Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for visiting. If you're new to my channel, thank you very much for stopping by and saying hi. If you are not a subscriber, go ahead, click that button now. If you want to see me cry. No, I'm kidding. I've tried filming this video probably 3 or 4 times, maybe 5. But each time I've just ended up in a ball of tears and emotions, and I'm not a pretty crier. I am a mess when I cry. So I decided, because I don't edit anything, I figured I would just, refilm it, and each time I would end up crying. So today I participated in our hiring event in Vegas. And we had hopes of hiring or offering conditional job offers to a lot of people. We ended up extending conditional job offers to way more people than we even expected. So the class size, we actually may even push some of those people from the next training class into the one following, because there's just that many people. I don't know. It's not my decision to make. Something I should say about this whole experience, my whole description of this experience today is, this is just all my perception of my experience. Certainly nothing my company would say, or this is just my personal experience of what it was like, my emotions that I had. I'm not going to describe the hiring process for us because you want to go in there and have a genuine experience. To go in looking like this is a scripted event would not bode well for you. And they're going to be changing things and shifting things around, because people can just usually look at Glassdoor.com and find out what an interview process really looks like. So they want to kind of change things up a little bit, I think. So today started fairly early. I woke up at 4, not unusual for a flight attendant, but I woke up at 4. I was ready by 5. We drove to the airport, and to the hotel. We got there about 5:10, 5:15. There were people waiting in line for registration from 3 a.m. 3 o'clock in the morning, they were standing there in heels, some of them. In carpet, standing in heels in carpet, not always comfortable. Certainly not a steady place. And this wasn't like an iPhone launch. There was no one lying down, and we're sitting on the carpet. Everyone was standing up, prepared for an interview. I was incredibly impressed by their tenacity and their willingness and their effort. I mentioned when I first started talking that I cried a lot I cried a lot while I was trying to film this. And I certainly shed a few tears during the event. It was very emotional. The first part of the day, I don't really want to talk about the order in which things happen. So the face-to-face, so my main position, my main job today, a majority of the day, was to facilitate people from going from this holding room. We had a lot of people show up today. And I would bring groups of them to the face-to-face interview. And they would be seen by a series of groups. So it was usually 2-on-1. So I would walk those people to the interview rooms and try to give them a little pep talk along the way. And because I wanted everyone who showed up today, there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. Everybody, maybe 1 or 2, weren't prepared, but everyone showed up seemingly completely prepared. And I was just so proud of everybody who went to this event today. It really touched my heart to see the amount of effort that everyone put into this. And it broke my heart, literally broke my heart, to see people not get their conditional job offer. After one aspect of the event, there's a pretty big cut for a lot of people. And I participated in the Goldfish Bowl question, for example. A lot of people were cut after that. And that was so hard to judge people and so many aspects of them, and their professional appearance and their comfort and their ability to speak in front of people clearly, confidently, not shouting but not whispering. And it was so hard to capture each person's essence in such a short time, in such a small space. But we really had to look for the qualities that we wanted to work next to, It was really, really difficult. And I think my group, there were, I think, 9 of us that participated in this. So after everyone was finished, 9 of us sat at a table and debated almost unanimously, I can't even talk, about almost every person. There were 1 or 2 people who were just clear no's, just a couple. But almost everybody else, we had to debate whether or not they passed or they didn't. It was terribly difficult. No one person made any decision about yeses or nos. It was difficult. So, again, like I said, part of my job, my main job today, was to ferry people from the waiting room into the area that they would be going to their face-to-face interviews. And I loved that because I really got an opportunity to give a little pep talk to those people for the last minute, rally. Some of them waited hours and hours and hours, and to try to hopefully give them a little motivation and a little encouragement before they went in there after waiting for so long. And the best part was that I got to really hang out with a couple hundred people in a ballroom and share my experience being a flight attendant with my airline, and share examples of what they'll learn in training and what they won't learn in training. There's a lot of things you won't learn in training. And it was really incredibly satisfying. And I really turn on in front of a crowd with a microphone, and I think people had a good time. I mean, it was a lot of me. These videos that you watch, if you think I talk a lot in these videos, you should have seen me in person. Oh my God. I must have talked easily for 3 hours today. Easily. But, I'm right now I'm thinking, why am I even filming this video? Like, what point am I trying to make? I think I'm speaking in this. I think I'm speaking to those people who did not get their conditional job offer, either with our airline or with somebody else. The hardest part, I will tell you, the hardest part of today, the most difficult part, and the truly heart-wrenching aspect of this was whenever I was walking back to the holding room, somebody who didn't get their conditional job offer would find me and say, "Hi, I didn't get the job offer. Like, what went wrong? What did I do? I tried to do everything they wanted, and I tried to give them everything they wanted, and they really wanted these jobs, and they were very upset they weren't getting them, and they wanted to know there's nothing I, as one person, could give them in terms of feedback. It's not my job, number one. Human resources didn't want me doing it, and I understand why, but it felt very difficult because I really wanted to say, listen, 9 people saw you wearing running shoes, sneakers. I'm not saying what anybody did, but I'll use as an example, your sneakers to your interview. This business, our job is all about being compliant in our uniform every day and presenting ourselves as professionals. And I'm making this up with the sneakers. But you come to a job interview wearing sneakers. And I might have said, but if you listen to their answers and you saw their passion and blah, 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 but someone else might be like, but they wore sneakers, And so it had to be unanimous or close to unanimous. It was just awful. So for those people who didn't get their conditional job offer, I would say, after being through this process and having some time to to kind of go over the experience. What can you think of that you really could use some work on? I almost always know what I did wrong. If I go through a party and I say the wrong thing, I know it right away. I can hear myself saying it. I can will myself to shut up, and I never do. So the people who did not get their conditional job offer, I would hope that they would see the experience as going to a hiring event as valuable, as one more tool in the toolbox for the next attempt to get a conditional job offer. And I really hope you keep trying. Every no is part of a future yes. I think that sounds very wise. Every I won't say failure. I can't say failure. Every attempt is a step towards something successful. You have to see it that way. It was heartbreaking to see you folks walk out without that conditional job offer, because I know how hard you tried and I know how bad you wanted it. And the people who got their conditional job offer, if you got that conditional job offer, most of the people who were part of that event today agreed that you were someone they would like to work next to. You were someone they felt safe flying with, that they wouldn't have a problem sitting next to you for 6 hours on an airplane, you know? So kudos. The work is not done. You got the conditional job offer. The work is by no means finished. So if you saw me there at that event, you probably heard me say schematics. I would stress memorizing those schematics ASAP. But I really don't know if there's anything else I can say. I think the reason I filmed this video is really partly out of guilt. I just feel so sad. I feel really horrible, crummy for those people who did not get a conditional job offer. But I just want to encourage you to take this experience forward in your next effort to have better success and better results. This effort was worth it. This job is worth every disappointment. This job is worth every tear that you shed out of frustration and anger. This job is worth every dollar you spend in getting that outfit and traveling to where you have to go. This job is worth all of it. So don't give up, please. I'm asking you as a favor, don't give up. Learn from this experience. Try and take something from it and move forward. I don't even know. I have a whole pile. You can't. I don't think it's in the screen, but I just looked over and I have a stack of family photos that I'm trying to go through and decide what to frame. So I have some things in my apartment, and I found this picture right on top, and it's a picture of me as a kid. Do you want me to share it with you? This is me. The one in the middle that looks like Natalie Merchant from the band 10,000 Maniacs. Google Natalie Merchant images is this. That I'm not sure if it comes in focus, but that girl right there is me. That's my brother. That's my brother Mark right there. He's passed away 40 years ago this past April. That's a giant jerk. His name is Joe. He was my first stepfather. He was a jerk. But look at that. Oh, God. All that hair. All right. Well, enough show and tell. And, yeah, this is totally not my normal video, and I apologize. But I wanted to share these emotions with you. It was a valuable experience, and I really look forward to it. I'm going to have to grow a thicker skin, though, because every time I had to go back to that holding room to be cheerful and animated and encouraging, I had to stop in the bathroom for a minute, gather myself, look in the mirror and just like okay, I got this, and I go back into the holding room and try and smile and be entertaining and helpful. But blah, blah, blah. Does he ever stop talking? So, if you are new to my channel, thank you very much. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. If you have not, I would ask you to subscribe. This is an unusual video for me. Usually my videos are more about tips and tricks on how to get the job. But I really think a glimpse into the real life and the real emotional life of a flight attendant, not just what my hotel room looks like or what I packed for lunch, but the real life, heart life of a flight attendant. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. I can promise you. I'll promise you. All right. So thank you for watching. I'll see you again. Fly safe. Okay. Bye.